Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy, the Chocolate Bay. This is going to be a quick video, as you guys know. But I'm going to go into detail a little bit regarding the whole T.S. Madison fiasco and Lovelyti. Baby, it's a mess. And B. Simone. But anyway, Lovelyti has a podcast. And I think this recording was old regarding B. Simone. B. Simone was on there and they were talking about the trans community. And B. Simone said a lot of rude and nasty things. She said LGBTQI, lettuce, bacon, tomato. She kept referencing tranny, which was very disrespectful. So I listened to it. I'm like, Lord, this is a mess. But B. Simone seems like she has a problem with the transgender community. I don't know if she's had a bad experience or what, but she did say she has a trans best friend and a gay best friend. But I'm like, if you do, then why not be respectful? But according to her transgender friend doesn't mind her saying tranny. But I'm like, but if you're on a podcast, why not be respectful to the audience if they are transgender, which I didn't get. But anyway, T.S. Madison. Oh, and then Lovelyti, she recorded a video after that, and she was just saying how she didn't think T.S. Madison was a good representation for the community. She disrespects black women and stuff like that. T.S. Madison, y'all, caught a hold of the video and she left a nasty comment under it. So it's been a little bit back and forth with her and Lovelyti. So it's been a mess. But for some reason, like I think with transgender women, they're underrepresented, they're treated badly, they're not respected, and they're not protected. And I think a lot of people have an issue because they don't understand. And I just think if you're not trans, you probably won't understand. If you don't understand being born in a body that you don't feel that that's who you are, then you're not going to get exactly who I am, or you're not going to be sympathetic or empathetic to the person's feelings or their cause. And I just think people need to remain respectful. But I don't know, like even with T.S. Madison, a lot of, from what I'm seeing, y'all, a lot of, she does have a support of a lot of black women, but I do see a lot of black women do not like her. They think that she disrespects black women. But I mean, I could understand certain things, but I don't see it like that. T.S. Madison's, when I watch her, she seems like she adores black women. And even her, the Queen's Court with Kaya, y'all know Kaya comes hard at like women, period, men. But Kaya would disrespect black women like no other. I know with Trina, she would just degrade her, talk about her vagina. She's had a lot of abortions. And to me, people didn't comment and say how disrespectful that was. Or even with the Wendy Williams thing, which her and T.S. Madison would, the 10 letter name, well, the 10 names or whatever, Rufus, Orenthal, that whole thing. But to me, it was a gag between both people, you know? So I don't understand why the shift is on T.S. Madison, but not on Kaya. Because Kaya, baby, I mean, I enjoy her commentary sometimes, but baby, she, like, it could get a little bit just too hateful and nasty to listen to. Because she drags those black women and nobody seems to have an issue with it. But I don't like with T.S. Madison, I think a lot of people don't understand her. So if they don't understand being transgender, how could you empathize or sympathize with me? Many of them don't, and they won't. But I'm just like, it should be a mutual respect. You respect me, I respect you, and that's how things should go, in my brain. So I don't get that point either as well. But I think even with them having a conversation regarding the transgender community, why not have a transgender person on your podcast so they could give their insight as well? So, I mean, if you're having a conversation regarding transgender people, that would make sense to have a person that's transgender so they could give you a different perspective, a different point of view, which will make a lot of sense opposed to two heterosexual people or a couple talking about a community that they don't really understand or get. So I would have brought someone on there to give a little bit of insight if I reflect what topic you guys are talking about. I think that will make a lot of sense. But yeah, I just thought that was very interesting. And I just don't get it with like people. I like T.S. Madison. I think she reps for black women. I think she reps for the community. I think she's likable. She's understandable and she's easy to get along with. And I think a lot of people, they just perhaps might not judge with her well. And I think she needs to stop spending so much time on trying to get why people don't like her or what the issue is. In life, some people aren't going to like you, and that's just fine, but you can't waste your time and energy trying to please people or find out why. Sometimes they just not going to like you. You're a transgender black woman. You're not respected. You're underrepresented. It's no protection for you in this country because transgender black women are being murdered at a rapid rate. Many people don't get you or understand or care. So I think she needs to move on with trying to get their point of view because it's just not there. And also the way she looks. On the outside, T.S. Madison, she has her aesthetics resemble that of a biological woman. So I think a lot of women might have an issue with that. Like you're not a woman, but you might resemble me in a lot of characteristics or a lot of ways physically. So I think a lot of people don't like that as well either. That they look at her and see a woman, but they're like, well, shit, you're not biologically a woman, but you might look like this. So why is that fair? Or especially if they don't look good and you paid all this money to look like them. You know what I'm saying? So they might be like, that's not fair either. So I think that's a good point of view as well. And it's something too I want to bring up. I think a lot of women too as well, y'all. Like, I think they get upset because they like the black man. They want the black man. And they don't understand with black men, how could you be attracted to this type of person, a transgender person? And how could you want me but still like them? You know what I'm saying? So it could be a little bit complex with the issue, but they're like, no, it's no way you could want me but be attracted to this type of person, a quote unquote it or transgender or what is that? So I think a lot of women, they get upset and pissed off about that because they don't think that type is attractive or someone would want a transgender woman. And I think that's the issue. Like, how could you desire that? That's not desirable. I'm desirable because I'm a biological woman. I think what some women think, but that person is not. It's almost like a man-made or, so I think that could be an issue. How could you desire something that they're not even close inside to resemble me? So I think that could be an issue. But, and also with the Lovelyti, I did see her thing regarding Ray Sharp Brooks, but I'll say this, y'all, I'm in limbo with that because Lovelyti did say that some men were worth more dead than alive, and I think she gave a good point. And that is true with certain cases. I know she mentioned like a couple of his family members, or I think Floyd family members had GoFundMe's and stuff like that, and they collected a lot of money. However, a lot of black men and women that are murdered by police, those family members don't collect anything. They don't collect anything. So I think she did give a great point, but that's minor. That's not something that applies to everybody. Then she even referenced Tupac and Michael Jackson. Those are celebrities. They have money, they have estates, they have wills, they have generational funds or funding for kids and trust funds. With celebrities, it's quite different. But yeah, a lot of black men and women that are murdered by police, those families don't receive anything. Like that's just, I mean, with Floyd and Rayshard Brooks, those are very tailored and particular cases, like nationwide cases. And she mentioned with Rayshard Brooks that like the media was trying to paint him as this like good husband and stuff like that, but he had a girl on the side. But I understand that, but to me that's not important. And it's like the same thing that white people try to do. I've even seen it on Fox News. They were trying to paint Floyd as a criminal opposed to a man that was murdered by police. So I just think it's the same thing that white people do to innocent, well, black men and women that are murdered by police. They have a past, they have a felony, they have a misdemeanor. They try to paint you as a criminal so people could be desensitized to think that this person's life didn't matter because they had a past and they were a horrible person. So I see that done a lot, and I don't particularly like that. I think it sends a bad signal. And she did mention that she would want to talk to the girlfriend, but I just think I wouldn't want to talk to the girlfriend. I think what most would be important to me is what type of father was Rayshard Brooks. That would be important to me opposed to let me talk to his girlfriend and get the tea on that. No, I would want to know what type of father was he. Was it a father? Was he a active father? Was he nice? Was he kind? Like that would be most important to me, opposed to a side chick or he had a girlfriend. I just think that, I mean, these small caveats are important, like regarding black men and women that are murdered by police. So I mean, it is small detail, like regarding their personal life, but that's not important. And I just, yeah, I didn't. I can understand what Lovely T was saying. However, those little small little caveats, they were not really important to me when a man was murdered by police, unrightfully so. So, but peace and blessings, y'all. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.